Let me tell you the stories of the blacklist miner, the company owned this town. When they keep a man quiet, they'd shoot him in the back. That's why they shot Ginger down.
I grew up on southern Vancouver Island, but I'd never heard of Ginger Goodwin. But I got the message, and the message was that something really important had happened here, something that needed to be remembered, and that I needed to remember and to keep asking questions and find out more about it. And in many ways, that rainy afternoon was the beginning of my education about the labor movement and the struggle for justice for workers. To remember our history is an act of resistance, and I believe that that old man, that old miner, continued to resist to his dying day by remembering the history of what happened here. Utah Phillips said that a long memory is a worker's best defense. He said, our people's history is like one long river. It flows down from way over there. And everything those people did and everything they lived flows down to me, and I can reach down and take out what I need if I have the courage to go out and ask questions. So, in the spirit of those who insist on remembering and insist on asking questions, our first speaker today is Claire Trevena, MLA for North Island.
Thank you, Anne, and welcome everybody. I'd like to also acknowledge that also here in the crowd today is Catherine Bell, the MP for Vancouver Island North, who I understand is speaking later. And also Scott Fraser, one of my colleagues, the MLA for Alberni Qualicum, who is here. It is with such pain that we remember what happened to Ginger Goodwin and what happened to others. But we cannot forget what went before. That people fought so hard for rights, so hard for working people, so hard for safe conditions. Trade unionism, the labour movement, started with mine workers. I come from England, and we had a long history of union members, unionism that came from the mines, because the mines were unsafe, the mines were private, the bosses just wanted to make more and more profit, until people started saying, we can't do this, this is not right, we have to organise. We've seen that tradition go on through and through. We've seen the tragic consequences with Ginger Goodwin, who was murdered for fighting for workers' rights. And the reason we have to come here every year to remember Ginger Goodwin is because we cannot afford to lose that collective consciousness. We cannot afford to lose those gains that we have made as workers. And we are losing them. We are losing them extremely quickly. Under the present government, we have seen workers stripped of their rights. We've seen workers with their pay rolled back. We've seen contracts torn up. We've seen deregulation. And we've seen it going back to a time where whatever the bosses say goes, because people are too frightened to argue. We can't have that. And that's why it is important that we gather every year to remember, and we take the message every year back to our communities, back to our workplaces. Because we need strong unions to protect workers, we need strong unions to organise, we need strong unions as a voice. And strong unions come from strong people, and strong people with a collective memory. So every year we come here, we recognise what went before. What went before with Ginger Goodwin, what went before with other mine workers who risked their lives, who fought against the bosses who wanted the profits, who fought for a better world. Do we have a better world today? Under Gordon Campbell's Liberals, I'm not sure we do. Bit better. We can actually stand here and have this memory, this commemoration, but we've got to keep on fighting. We've got to keep on fighting, and we cannot afford to forget. We cannot afford to lose the legacy of Ginger Goodwin. I hope that everybody here takes the warmth and the celebration that we have here back to their communities and back to their workplaces. But I also hope they take the energy of coming together with their brothers and sisters, with their comrades on a sunny day in a graveyard and say, we're not going to forget that legacy, we're going to take it forward, we're going to be strong, we're going to keep on fighting, and we're going to make a difference. Thank you very much.
But the spark that had lit the imagination and belief in themselves of the workers was snuffed.
Probably heard from other speakers. There was many killed in our mines, over 300 recorded cemeteries. And we have 3 cemeteries. Well, actually this is 2. This is the Protestant side, and then there's the Catholic over the corner. And the Chinese...
Well, he'll be back. I think he'll go back to work and
supposed to follow the paper, or?
yeah.
He said he's supposed to be.
Gotta get packed up.